Guys, I thought they competed to the end. Thought we improved in some areas, but when you go on the road against a quality opponent like Oklahoma, you can't turn the football over. I thought, that was obviously critical. A football game can come down, and like I say all the time, 2 to 3 plays. You never know which players are going to make the difference. I thought that the one critical play was at the end of the first half. You're hoping to go in possibly 13-7. I believe that would have made it at halftime, and we get a turnover off the field, and doesn't go our way, and they score a touchdown. It kind of changes momentum a little bit, but just overall consistency. 3 and outs. I thought we were behind the field position game most of the night, and you have to force 3 and outs and flip field position. And I thought we were behind that a little bit. But, again, proud of the way our guys fought. But, again, it'll be a great reference point in moving on of, what it takes to play winning football on the road and giving yourself an opportunity to win the football game. And you have to, you can't have mistakes. You can't have critical mistakes at critical moments of the game. I thought our special teams improved a little bit. I thought Medley's field goal was great to see, the blocked field goal. Again, so we'll go back and work to be a better football team in this bye week. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
Was their defensive front as good as that? Let's talk about the pressure.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why they're the 4th-ranked team in the country. Junior and senior dominated football team up front. They do a great job schematically. They're well coached, and we knew that. And so trying to change launch points and all that, it was a great growing up session for our youngsters, but I thought at times we did some really good things. We were able to run the ball a little more effectively in the second half, so that was great to see. But again, they're very disruptive, and they run to the football, and they do a great job.
What did you learn about Justin tonight with the beating he took and then kept popping back up?
Justin's been resilient all year. Very, very proud of him. I mean, there isn't anyone who feels worse than he does. And there's, a couple throws he'd like to have back, but he also stood in the pocket, made some big plays for us, and proud of him. And he'll continue to progress and get better. But I thought he was gutsy. I thought it was gritty. Again, we had a one-on-one, to the boundary, where he was supposed to go on the one interception. But, again, I thought a gutsy performance. And he wanted the ball in his hands. And that's the great thing is I looked in his eye after that mistake. He wanted to throw the football. He wanted the ball, and that showed me a lot.
What do you think of improvement in the second half offense? What do you attribute that for with getting Jalen going and passing off his stuff?
Just execution, It was the same plays, and it just comes down to execution and fundamentals. And, Jalen did some great things. But, again, we have the long run, but we miss the block on the perimeter or it's a touchdown. And those are learning experiences, playing through the echo of the whistle. But, I thought we were able to get some big plays, which were critical, and to get the offense going. We got into a rhythm a little bit more. Like I said, first half, way too many 3 and outs, and we put our defense in some really challenging situations just because of the 3 and outs in the field position game.
Which do you think your players leave here tonight with some semblance of pride or encouragement from how they played?
Well, we lost the game, and there's a lot of guys in that room that are hurting, and I told them your hurt level is a direct correlation to your investment level, and we have a lot of individuals on this football team that are investing in it a lot, but you have to learn from it. It's a long football season. We knew there's going to be good days and bad days with this young football team. We just have to keep grinding. And we'll go back to work tomorrow. And, we have a bye week to get better. We'll grade the film, and we'll move on. But, I thought they competed, but there's a lot of great learning experiences. But at the end of the day, it's all about getting the victory. And we weren't able to do that tonight. But we have to learn from it and not make the same mistakes twice.
Defensively, it seemed like the guys better as the game went on.
Yeah.
Got their legs on them. What would you?
I thought we were in good physical conditioning. You know, and that's a good football team, and they challenge you so many different ways schematically, and their skill set, and they're big up front. They can run the football. A very, very talented team, and I thought our defense kept playing. I thought they showed some resiliency. We didn't blink. You know, we talked about not looking up at the scoreboard, just fighting, just playing every single down, and having that snap and clear mentality. Well, he tried to force the ball, and the ball got tipped, and I went the other way, and we had a one-on-one matchup into the boundary, which we wanted. And again, those are learning experiences as we talk about scoring touchdowns in the red zone, and that was a monumental shift momentum-wise in everything. And so we have to learn from it, and you can't do that in the red zone. Well, you know, I felt very confident that it was a fumble. That's why we challenged it. And unfortunately, they didn't see it that way. And you have to learn from it. You have to move on. You have to play the next play. And we weren't able to get the stop, and we gave up seven points. But you know, our coaches, you know, with the rule, every press box, you know, coach's box has a TV, and our coaches felt extremely confident that it was a fumble, but it didn't turn out that way.
You feel like your team's competed better 4 full quarters than a year ago at Oregon? Did you see progress there?
Absolutely. I see progress every day, and unfortunately sometimes the progress isn't measured in a victory, but I do see progress. We still have a long ways to go in understanding what it takes at certain stages of the game to play winning football, but our kids are invested. You know, there's a lot of newcomers. Half the football team made their first trip to play the number 4 team in the country tonight. That's a really good football team in a hostile environment. But now we have to continue to move on, and losing will never be accepted here, not in Tennessee football. And so we move on, and we work to be better. We have a great challenge with another road trip coming up in the next couple of weeks, and we have to get better in a hurry, continue to develop our strength levels in the weight room, and just continue to work to be a better football team. But, you know, that locker room's different in all aspects. The hurt factor, the care factor is much different. Now what do we do with it? How do we build upon it? And we're going to be a good football team, and we're going to get back to Tennessee football. You know, it'll happen. We just have to continue to keep our head down and keep grinding it out each and every day.
Butch, in the kickoff return game, are you guys not blocking well enough? Is Devin seeing wrong reads? Is it a combination of
Well, I think, first of all, it's the hardest play in football. And you talk about 1 out of 11 and all 11 players being on the same page. And, you know, if one person breaks down on kickoff return, you're not going to have a very productive return. And we've been 1 or 2 players away all year. And, yeah, I'll know a little bit more when we get back to Knoxville and, you know, be able to watch the video and see exactly where the breakdowns occurred. Yeah, one penalty, you know. Yeah, you know, those are the things. If you play with great effort, you don't turn the football over, and you play with discipline, you're going to have opportunities to win football games. And we turn the football over, which we can't do. But it is, you know, we talk about discipline all the time. And that's part of that discipline that we talk about with an exceptionally young football team. So those are one of the points, that, you know, positive points that we'll continue to focus on. We can't be a team that beats ourselves in order to have a chance.
What was Jalen doing to be effective in the second half? It seemed to...
Just, you know, that's football, guys. I mean, that's football. You know, you can run the same play 3 times in a row and have the same defense, and you're going to have 3 different results, you know. And I thought Jalen ran the ball hard. You know, again, he's gaining tough yards. He's gaining the 3 and 4 yard runs and really lowering his center of gravity and his pad level. And, you know, I've been proud of him. Now we need to continue to grow and develop, but, you know, he's getting us the tough yards.
Is that an ongoing competition moving forward the next couple of weeks to be your starting tailback?
You know, to me, I think starting is overrated. You know, everyone wants who cares who the starter is. They play the same amount of reps. All it is that person's on the field first before. That's why I chuckle when everybody wants a depth chart. The depth chart means absolutely nothing in our football program. And all it means is who's on the field for the first play, and we have different personnel groupings. So, you know, we need Marlon Lane to be successful. We need Jalen Hurd to be successful. We need Devin Young to be successful. And, you know, we need to continue to recruit and develop depth also at the running back position because of the nature of that position and the physicality that it comes about with it.
Which I don't think you had a tight end to catch a pass. How much did your offense miss Ethan not having him tonight?
Well, I think the game plan was a little bit different just because of the different nuances of how they match different personnel groupings. So every different game plan has a different flavor for it. You know, I'll go back and watch the video again and see how we perform. But anytime Ethan Wolf doesn't play, you know, it hurts you just because he's a talented young man. But, you know, I thought Daniel Helm gained some valuable in-game experience and some valuable repetitions tonight.
Butch, you make some changes on the offensive line this week. What's kind of your initial impression of how they did?
That'll be our 5. And we'll continue to grow and develop, and it is what it is, and we got to continue to grow. But, you know, you look out there and you're playing the number 4 team in the country, and the right side of your line are all true freshmen with Ja'Shawn Robertson and Coleman Thomas and Daniel Helm. You know, name me another team in the country that has that, and then you have a true freshman running the football, and you have a true freshman out there catching the football. And, you know, that's no excuse. That's where we're at. You know, I think they're continuing to get better and better and better, and you'll see them. You'll see them continue to get better and better week by week, and they care, and it's important to them.
Do you think they got better from the first half?
I do. I do.
Obviously, obviously, tight end Wolf, he came on the trip, but didn't play. Was it close? I mean, was it?
Yeah, you know, he did a good job of you know, getting himself where, you know, he could possibly play. But, you know, as the game went on, and we have tremendous confidence in the other 3 tight ends, you know, so it was a situation of he would benefit obviously by not playing. And we thought that was for his benefit and for the long-term success of our football team as well.